Good evening.
We're sisters who love to explore
True crime, cryptids, ghosties, haunted locations,
conspiracy theories and all creepy, scary, spooky things.
with a bit of dark humor. Hosted by
Sarah,
and Melissa,
join us as we take a trip to the dark side.
because sometimes dead is better.
Welcome to Necromancy.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's the morning. This is weird.
I know it feels very weird.
It's like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I still have hair all over the fucking place.
Yeah. I threw mine in a little whatnot, little bun.
I haven't even done anything. I literally went downstairs like a zombie to get a coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Chatted with Dad and Jen.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah.
I think it feels especially weird for me this morning because I'm also upstairs.
Yeah. Because your husband is sick.
And I hate to say this, but I'm starting to get stuffy.
Oh, no. Big.
I know. And he kept telling me this morning because I kept checking on him. And I was like, do you need meds? Do you need water? Do you need anything? And he's like, no, just stay the fuck away from me. You can't get sick.
I was talking to Dad.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, oh, Wally's sick. And he goes, oh, yeah, Sarah told me. He goes,
Yeah.
Tell Sarah that if his dick falls off to take him to the ER right away.
Oh, my God.
And I went, okay, I'll tell her.
Well, he's already lost a nut, so.
Yeah, he's nutless.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm home, back in the cold.
Woo! Actually, it's going to be a gorgeous day today. It's going to be +8 here.
I fucking know, because I'm going to take that little brat of a dog for a walk today.
Yeah.
And I got to pull out all my other sheet because my dog is unfixed. So she still gets her period.
Yeah.
So there's little dots of fucking blood all over my goddamn white floor. I'm mopping it up constantly.
Yep. The joys of fur babies.
Yeah, but like I said, I looked at Mikey and I said, the next dog we get, I'm getting her fixed.
Yeah.
Which sucks because, like, I just didn't want Xena's behavior to change. Like,
no. Yeah. Do dogs not go through menopause?
No.
Because she's old.
No, dogs.
I never thought of that before.
No, dogs don't. They breed their whole life. The only thing that's different now is before she would get like her period every 6 months. Or sorry, dogs don't really get a period. They go into heat. Okay.
Yes.
So she would go into heat every 6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Now that she's getting older, I'm noticing like a year.
Oh, okay.
She's going like a year. Like the last time that she went into heat, it was last January. So now we're in February, so it's getting longer even now.
Oh, so this could be like one of her last periods.
Me! No.
She's old, Mel.
She's not. She's not. She's still young. She's chipper. Like, she's looking at me right now. Like, hey, she's looking down the stairs and looking back at me. Looking down the stairs, looking back at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, she's still in really good health. Like, she just got a clean bill of health from the vet when she got all her shots to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Vet's like, she's in great shape for her age. And I said, I know. I take very good care of this goddamn dog.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you
she's
do.
like, yeah, everything is her, because she got her teeth cleaned in June, and I'm noticing a little bit more, like a little bit of plaque again.
Oh.
And I have like the little like finger
toothbrushes,
tooth wipe things.
Yeah.
And she's like, listen, she goes, she has Chihuahua in her. I said,
yeah.
She goes, and she has Pug in her. And I said, yeah, just the breed. They get a lot of plaque. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, so what am I gonna have to get her teeth cleaned again? She goes, no, she's almost 14. Like,
yeah.
Even the rabies shot, Sarah, I was like depressed because she's like, well, since last year we did the tooth cleaning, we couldn't give her rabies shot.
Right.
And I was like, okay, because they didn't want to I don't remember what she said. Something about overstimulating her body or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, yeah." And she goes, "So I have to give her only a 1 year this year. And then when
Yeah.
you bring her back next year, I'll do the 3 year, and then that might be it." And I went, "That might be it for what?" She's like, "For her shots." And I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "She'll be 18 at,"
Yeah.
I went, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
It's fucked up to think about.
No, I was thinking about it the other day. And I was because I'm a sappy mom.
Yeah. Why do you
Was
think I send you all those fucking reels?
I know you cunt. Fuck. Every fucking time that I open it and there I see a dog, I'm like, "I'm not opening this. I'm not opening it." I know that that bitch
I'm
just sent
such
me.
a bitch.
I know.
I know how much you love that dog.
I know.
And every time I see a video of like the first thing you see when you enter heaven, no, you don't believe in heaven, whatever, but
I was gonna
the fir-
say,
after you
up there
die,
and I'm not gonna go. What the fuck?
I know, but like the first thing you see when you after you die or whatever, and it's like, I've been waiting for you, mom, and the dog's running towards you.
Eh,
I was like, oh, I'm sending this to Mel.
yeah, and every time that I would watch those, I'm like tearing up. I'm
I
like,
know you
fuck
do.
sakes. So now every time I see a dog on the thing, I'm not opening it. Just know that. I don't fucking open it. Right away, I click and I hit reply and I went, "Bitch." But I don't watch the video. So you know,
I love that.
yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna start sending you fucking sneaky clown videos.
Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You wanna play with my fears? I play with yours.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Okay. Well, what story do we got for today?
I'm going to tell you about Ariel Castro,
Ooh.
the Cleveland kidnapping.
Dun dun dun.
Do you know about this case?
Yes, I do. I know who he's kidnapped, but I
Yeah.
don't know it very thoroughly. So I am excited to hear about it.
Yeah, he was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I say was because he fucking killed himself, so I'm happy at that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it right off the bat. I don't, I'm spoiling it right off the bat. He fucking kills himself. So there is some justice here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a murder case. There was no real like human murder or whatever like that. This
Yep.
guy's just a fucking piece of shit. And I remember when Amanda Berry got rescued.
Yeah.
And I remember when that happened. I remember when the news happened. And
Yeah.
I was sitting at the house at Menifee on the couch when the fucking news. I'm so weird. I remember things
Yeah, you do.
like pretty well. Like I remember certain cases and trials because I'm so interested in it.
Yeah.
When the crime shit happens, I'm like glued to the TV.
Yeah.
So anytime that I remember like when Dennis Rader was caught, I remember certain fucking times. And I even remember standing in the kitchen with dad at McBride watching the aerial shot of BTK getting arrested.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I remember that. So, like, I remember when this happened too,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Holy fuck." And then every documentary or story that came out about it, and then when
Yeah.
he died, I was like, "Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You fucking good."
Rotten hell.
The only thing is I kinda wish that he was in prison and getting
Suffered a
fucking
little bit. Yeah.
manhandled a little.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of, whatever,
Yeah.
right? That would have been nice.
Yeah, he took the easy way out.
Yeah, he definitely did, and he was a fucking piece of shit, this guy.
Yeah.
So, anywho, his name is Ariel Castro. When I first heard his name too, I was like, that sounds like a lady's name.
Yes, it does.
But
I thought of Little Mermaid right away.
yeah, like uh he was born in Puerto Rico, so he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, Ariel is a man's name there. All right. So Ariel Castro was born on July the 10th, 1960 in Puerto Rico, the son of Pedro Castro and Lillian Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a Z, Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Rodriguez with an S.
Uh-huh.
His parents divorced when he was a child, and he moved to the United States with his mother and his biological 3 siblings. The family first lived in Exton, Pennsylvania, fucking Amish town, before settling in Cleveland, Ohio. I was just in fucking Ohio, so I thought, let's do an Ohio story.
Yeah.
That's the reason, because it was all in Cleveland, and we were close to Cleveland. We didn't pass by Cleveland, but we were close.
Yeah.
Okay, where Ariel's father and several other family members were living. Ariel had 9 siblings and graduated from Cleveland's Lincoln West High School in 1979.
Wow.
Ariel met his girlfriend, Grimilda Figueroa. And his family moved into a house across the street from hers in the 1980s. Ariel and Grimelda lived with both sets of their parents until they moved into their own home at 2207 Seymour Avenue, located in Cleveland's Tremont area in 1992.
Okay.
Their home was a 2-story, 1,400 square foot, 4-bedroom, 1 bathroom house.
Dear God.
Ugh. With a 760 square foot unfinished basement built in the 1890s and remodeled in 1956.
Damn.
So that is an old motherfucker and very outdated.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what that house looked like in 1992 if it was remodeled in 1956.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest with you, if it was upkept, a house that was like remodeled in 56 would have been beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, when I tell you this, okay? If Mikey was a little bit different and he didn't like modern, I probably would have had a little bit more of an antique-y house.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Like, I love the style of the 1950s. I just think it's so beautiful. That's probably why I did my room like candy pink.
Yes.
Right? That is definitely a color that, like, that soft fucking pastel blue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I like that shit too. I'm right in there.
like all their appliances in the 50s were all like that cool shape, and some
Yo,
of them
the fridges back then, like back
dope.
then, things were built to last.
Exactly.
And they were built properly. Like the fridges back then, like if you ever go on YouTube and see like an old school fridge, bro, it's better than the fridges today.
Hell yeah, it is. You can find fucking old school 1950s fridges online, and even like their like the stoves that they had back
Yeah,
then,
man.
like they still work.
Yeah, they were built to last. You know what's funny is when I go to work and I see like a lot of the women, they dress in their older clothes.
Love it.
And I'm like, I think like that shirt or that sweater or whatever it is they're wearing, I'm like, that is gorgeous. Like, I love that. And they're like, do you know how old these clothes are? And I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like now, everything's like cheaply made.
Do you remember how mom used to have like one of those old school poodle skirts?
Oh yeah.
And why the fuck did we get rid of that?
I know.
You know, and I'm kicking myself now because my 19-year-old self, little goth self, was like, oh, I'm never gonna like that. Like I was interested always. I've always loved the 1950s.
Yeah.
But my 19-year-old fucking goth self was like, I'm not gonna keep that.
Yeah.
Right. And we gave that away. That was fucking
we gave a lot
authentic
away
poodle.
that looking back at it now, I'm just like, oh, I'm kicking myself in the ass.
Right. Like, but at that time, in our defense,
we were young.
We were, you know, we just went through a huge traumatic event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna hear Xena bark. She's yelling at the kids out front.
I can hear her.
Fucking dog. Yeah, so now like even mom's Led Zeppelin shirts.
Yeah.
We fucking got rid of those.
I know.
They were
so
from
stupid.
You know, like some of her, I'm gonna have to yell at her, but yeah, like fuck, man.
Yeah, but even still, like things from back in the day, they were built to last.
Beautiful
and
stuff.
They were built properly. Nowadays, nuh-uh.
Well, even like the light bulbs back then. I watched like this thing about the light bulbs back in like when light bulbs were first made. There
Yeah.
are fucking still to this day light bulbs that were made in that time that are still lit.
Yeah, actually, I saw something about, the oldest light bulb to last or some shit like
Yeah.
that, and it's still going strong.
Yeah, and it was from, like, the period when light bulbs became a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then they started to think, well, if we don't make them disposable and this and that, we're never gonna make money.
Yeah, they're gonna lose money.
Like, fuck off. Like, that's well, I understand. I get it.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like, Jesus.
I know. It's
Like, look at
bullshit.
our landfills and shit now. It's all full of fucking junk that,
Oh, I know. Well, and, like, at
crazy.
work, it's constant. I think that's, like, the biggest thing at work is about the light bulbs.
Us too.
Constantly blowing, and, like, I get, like, almost on a daily basis, I should say, that people come to me and they're like, "Can you let the ESM know we have this many light bulbs out in my suite?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my god." And it's ridiculous.
Like, do you guys have light bulbs or do you have, like, the fluorescent, like
I think we've changed to well, like, we have the energy saving bulbs or
oh,
whatever.
yeah, so, like, the LED one.
Yeah, so, like, we have those, but, like, in the office and, like, stuff like that, like, in main areas, we have some that are the big fluorescent ones,
Yeah.
but in the suites, it's the energy saving light bulbs.
Yeah, because most of ours in my home is all the long fluorescent.
Oh, well, yeah, yours is more
Ugh.
of a hospital setting, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. Mine is more of a home setting,
Yeah, true.
right? It's independent living, so, like, they have their own little apartments and stuff like that, whereas yours is more of
Yeah,
like
it's
a hospital setting, right?
yeah, true. So
So,
okay, so his house was built in 1890 and remodeled in 1956.
yeah.
According to Grimilda's sister, Elida Carabello. Oh my god. She it should sound a little bit more Spanish, but I'm very white. So, um she said that all hell started to break loose after the couple moved into their new home. It's Alida. Sorry. Alida claimed that Ariel beat Grimilda by breaking her nose, her ribs, and arms and causing a blood clot in her brain. Oh my God. That
Jesus.
resulted in inoperable tumor.
Oh,
Yeah, what a fucking piece of shit. Anybody, any fucking person, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, because it can come from both sides.
yeah.
You beat your spouse like that, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's not cool.
he beat her so bad that she got a blood clot in her brain that
Yeah.
resulted in an inoperable tumor.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
He also threw her down a flight of stairs, cracking her skull.
Jesus.
In 1993, Ariel was arrested for domestic violence. No shit!
I'd hope so.
But was not indicted by a grand jury, of
Go
course,
figure.
our justice system. In 1996, Grimilda moved out of the house and secured custody of their 4 children. Good for her.
Yep.
Police assisted in the move and detained Ariel, but they did not press charges. Like, do you guys not see how abusive he is? You're not going to press charges and stuff against him, knowing that you have to fucking detain him while she's moving out?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. Bad news written all over it.
Ariel continued to threaten and attack Grimilda after she left him. Grimilda filed charges in 2005 in Cuyahoga County Domestic Relations Court, which accused Ariel of inflicting multiple and severe injuries on her and frequently abducting their daughters.
Ooh.
Ugh. The court granted her a temporary restraining order against Ariel, but it was dismissed a few months later. Motherfuckers. So Grimilda died in 2012 due to complications from her brain tumor.
Oh.
Friends and relatives gathered on Denison Avenue on April 29th, 2012 for a memorial service in her honor.
No.
Oh, hold on one second. I don't know what just happened. I gotta beep. All right. Before his arrest at age 52, Ariel worked as a bus driver for the Cleveland Metropolitan School District.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that background checks are done. Until he was fired in 2012 for bad judgment, including yeah, so you hire him, and then this is what he does, okay? He made an illegal U-turn with infants and toddlers on his bus, using his bus to go grocery shopping, leaving a child on the bus while he went for lunch at KFC,
No.
leaving the bus unattended while he took a nap at home.
No.
Yeah, he was earning $18.95 per hour and when he was discharged. At the time of his arrest, Ariel's home was in foreclosure after 3 years of unpaid real estate taxes.
Jesus.
Okay, so now we're going to start to go into the young ladies. Okay?
Okay.
So Michelle Knight. Okay, she was born April the 23rd, 1981, and she disappeared on August the 23rd, 2002, after leaving a cousin's house. She was 21 years old at the time. On the day of her disappearance, she was scheduled to appear in court for a child custody case involving her son Joey, who was in custody of the state. Following Michelle's rescue, police acknowledged that limited resources had been spent on investigating her disappearance.
That's fucked up.
Oh, my heart. In part because she was an adult, authorities believe that she had just run away voluntarily due to anger over losing custody of her son. According to the Cleveland Deputy Police Chief, Ed Tomba, she was the focus of very few tips. Poor thing.
Yeah, really. What the hell?
Some criticized her subsequent removal from the National Crime Information Center database 15 months after her disappearance, which made her largely unknown prior to her rescue. Okay. The other two girls get like national attention. Okay? Imagine being Michelle Knight
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like that's heartbreaking.
and
She's still a person.
nobody's looking for her.
It's terrifying.
That's horrendous. And yes, I feel horrible for the other girls as well. But I have had a serious soft spot for Michelle Knight. I follow her on Instagram.
Oh,
I've always she changed her name,
yeah.
right? Obviously.
Oh, no?
Hello?
You
Okay, I
cut
don't
out
know
for
what
a
just happened. I
second.
think Mikey was trying to call. I know. I think Mikey
You're
was trying to call me.
Oh, I was like, what the hell just happened?
Hold on a second. I don't know what the fuck. I had to just text him. I'm recording. Okay.
I know. I already told everybody this morning, do not bother me.
I know,
I'm
for fuck's
recording.
sakes, and usually I do. So at least I know now that it just cut out for a second because he was calling me.
Oh, well, good to know.
Yeah, so I follow Michelle Knight, right?
Yeah.
And I've always felt so bad for her,
Well, yeah, that's horrible.
you know,
That poor girl.
like so
And regardless of her age, if somebody
yeah,
disappears,
doesn't
like,
matter. Like
that's still a person, regardless if it's a child or an
it
adult.
doesn't
Like,
matter. It does
I
not.
think the same amount of energy should be going into
She's a
finding a
human.
missing person.
Like you don't know if she's missing and she's
That's terrifying.
dead. Somebody has to know and somebody needs to like find her.
See, at least I know. I know. And you know that if one of us were to ever go
Oh
missing
god.
because we talk so fucking often, I would know something was up right
I
away.
talk to you every day.
Yeah, so I know that if you were to go missing, and I'm close enough with my nephew and my brother-in-law to know if something was up
Oh yeah.
and police were not putting much effort into looking for you,
Mhm.
I would be all over. They would hate me.
Oh. Same
They
for
would
you.
fucking hate me, like, I'm telling you, like, I would be all over the news, I would be
Yeah.
all over the fucking place, the police would know me by face and fucking name,
The problem
like
with her though is like she didn't have a good upbringing. She didn't have good support in her family.
yeah,
Pregnant young, lost custody of her son over
Mhm.
stupid shit, you know.
Yeah, what did she lose custody of her son for?
It
Do
might
we know?
it might be I might have it. I wrote this in December, so it might be down the line, but hold on. I did Michelle Knight lose her son. Unfortunately, her son Joey was placed in the foster care system when he was a toddler due to the child suffering an injury allegedly caused by her ex-boyfriend at the time.
So she lost custody because of her ex-boyfriend?
Yeah. Around the time she went missing, Knight was meant to appear in court to try to regain custody of Joey.
Aw,
Yeah. Could you she was trying so hard to regain custody of her kid. Say nah.
Jesus.
Sorry. You're gonna hear her bark. This is what
Zaina!
happens. This is what happens when we record during the day.
Yeah.
Front door yelling at something. At night, at least she has Mikey to entertain her, right?
Yeah.
But
That's so
still,
funny.
imagine that. And then she didn't show up to court. So guess what happened?
It was a fail to appear, so they just said, "Okay, she must not want her kid bad enough."
And he was adopted out.
Oh.
So still to this day, I don't know if she's actually met her son. I have seen
Oh my
things.
god.
Yeah, I've seen things on her.
Even after she's been kidnapped and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
said, like, this is why she missed court?
yeah. She was gone for 10 years, Sarah.
I know, but wouldn't you think that they could, like, try to do, like, a reuniting thing
I'm
to reunite them or something like that?
Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. Michelle Knight has had a very
Like, I do understand, okay? In the court's eyes, they're like,
yeah,
she missed
but it
her
was
fucking
her
court
fault.
date. She was nowhere to be found. What are they gonna do with the kid, right? Of course, they're
Exactly.
gonna adopt him out. But but after knowing that, she was kidnapped
Yeah.
and fucking, held against her will and whatever for that period of time, wouldn't you think that, like, the parents that adopted that kid would step forward and be like, "You know what? Like, I understand. I am even though they're the adopted parents, I am still,
Yeah.
that child's mom and dad, whatever. But I think it's only fair for her to have some sort of, closure or something or have some sort of, like, meeting with the kid,
Mhm. So
something."
so I looked it up. After the state got full custody of Joey after she failed to appear. After her escape, she discovered that Joey had been adopted by a foster family. The
Oh.
family was not willing to share the details of his birth mother with him or let him meet her.
I guess maybe they were just trying to protect
But
him?
still, okay.
Yeah,
It goes both ways. I understand what they were doing too, but at the same time, if he's old enough now, they should tell him.
yeah.
They should tell him because give him the opportunity
Well, and
to
not only
figure out
that,
where
but if
he came
he
from.
he probably knows he's obviously adopted, right?
Who
Like,
knows? Who knows?
if I
He was
were
little.
adopted, I know, but if I were adopted and I found out, like, when I was older, that's not my birth parents, I would have some questions.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm wondering if maybe he didn't care to, you know, find out any information about his birth mother or
Yeah,
father or
it's
whatever,
really
right?
sad. It's really, really sad. I've always
She really got the short end of the fucking stick,
in
that lady.
in a lot of ways, she got a short end. You'll see. You'll it's
Oh,
even fucking it's bad for her all in all. It's bad for all 3, okay?
yeah,
And I'm not gonna fucking downplay the other girl's trauma because they
yeah,
fucking went through it too. You know what
yeah,
I mean? But for me, Michelle Knight, she will always be and always have this fucking little special, little tiny place in my heart.
yeah,
Feel for her immensely. Like,
yeah,
holy fuck, just everything that that poor woman went through, but she has gained her freedom. She had when she got out, got released and everything, she always wanted to get tattoos. She got tattoos all over herself. She got piercings. She has a animal fucking rescue now that she, has tons of animals that she takes care of and loves and
oh,
she is kind of getting, a better life, got married and all that.
Yeah, she's making
Yeah.
her life,
She has
worth it. She got her second chance and she's
Yes,
taking
and she has somebody who loves her,
Aw.
which is amazing, and I wish nothing but the best for that woman. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And, like, nothing but the best for her, and I just hope and I do follow her, so it's like, oh, poor thing, but I'm such a cheerleader for her.
Yeah. How old is she? 81.
She was born in '81, so she's 40 she'll be 43 in April.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but she went missing in 2002,
Yeah.
right?
Jesus.
So okay, so the next, victim, her name is Amanda Berry.
Yeah.
So Amanda Marie Berry. Okay, now, okay, I get to it. So she was born April the 22nd, 1986, disappeared on April the 21st,
Oh no.
2003, the day before her 17th birthday.
Oh my god.
She was last heard from around 8 p.m. when she called her sister to tell her that she was getting a ride home from her job at Burger King at the corner of Lorraine Avenue and West 110th Street. The FBI initially considered her runaway motherfuckers until a week after her disappearance when an unidentified male used her cell phone to call her mother and say, "I have Amanda. She's fine. She will be coming home in a couple days."
Oh my god.
So Amanda was featured in a 2004 segment of Fox's America's Most Wanted, re-aired in 2005 and 2006, which linked her to Gina DeJesus, who was by at that point also gone missing in Cleveland. Amanda and Gina were profiled on the Oprah Winfrey Show and the Montel Williams Show.
Oh shit.
Where you ready for this?
Mm.
Self-proclaimed psychic Sylvia Brown told Barry's mother, LaWanna Miller, in November of 2004 that her daughter was dead and that she was in water. Sarah,
You
I
know,
watched the clip. I fucking remember that
yeah,
episode.
I do too. And you know what's so fucked up was at that time I loved
Every Wednesday,
Sylvia
bro.
Brown.
Every Wednesday, we watched Montel Williams Show because
Yeah.
Sylvia Brown was on that motherfucker.
I loved Sylvia Brown. And you know what's so fucked up that you're talking about this case with Sylvia Brown in it?
Mhm.
I was watching on TikTok Reels the other day and shit came up about Sylvia Brown,
Yeah, she was
about how she was a huge fake. She was just really great at
reading
cold
people.
reading. Cold reading.
Yeah.
So she would take um like your age and like your mannerisms and like stuff like
Mhm.
that, and she would pick up on that and she would give you a reading that sounded like it could be true
Yeah.
but was so far fetched that people were kind of on the fence,
Yeah,
right?
and I fucking remember this episode.
I do
I
too.
fucking remember it because I remember
Yeah.
her saying, "Your daughter is dead and she's in water."
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. And,
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
like, this poor mother now okay, it gets worse, dude.
Oh god.
Okay, so this, pronouncement devastated her mother, causing her to take down pictures and give away Amanda's computer. However,
Oh.
Lawana continued to search for Amanda before dying of heart failure in March of 2000.
No.
Later that year, on December 25th, 2006, Amanda gave birth to a daughter.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DNA evidence has confirmed that Ariel was the father of the child.
Piece of
So
shit.
this woman heard from fucking Sylvia Brown that her daughter was dead
And died
and
thinking
did
that
yeah, and never got a conclusion.
yeah, no closure.
Never got, anything. She had no idea that her daughter was found.
She was probably thinking, at least now I'll be reunited with my daughter, or, whatever her beliefs may have been.
Horrible.
And her
Horrible.
daughter was still alive.
Yeah.
Giving up hope like that because you hear from a fucking site. What a sin.
Yeah, that's just oh man. Imagine being Amanda. Imagine
Yeah.
Amanda and seeing on the TV because it was nationwide fucking news.
Oh, yeah.
And she definitely saw on the TV that her mom died.
Yeah. Oh.
And she was stuck there, fucking
Yeah.
abducted and being held hostage or held captive or whatever. Okay, so Robert Wolford was a prison inmate who lived in Tremont. Okay. And he claimed in July 2012 that he had information on the location of Amanda's body. He
Oh.
Yeah, he led police to an empty lot in Cleveland's West Side where they conducted a fruitless search. He was sentenced in January 2013 for 4.5 years in prison for obstruction of justice and making a false report and making a false alarm.
Huh.
Good. Good, motherfucker.
Wow.
Georgina Lynn DeJesus was born on February 13th, 1990. Went missing on April the 2nd, 2004, at the age of 14. 14.
Yeah.
She was I'm only 2 years older than her.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like 16 at this time, or almost. I was just about 16.
Yep.
Damn, yo.
Yeah. That's
Wait,
fucked up.
that doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Well,
You good?
yeah, because I'm like, wait a second. And I'm like, Jamie was born in 2003. I was,
Yeah.
okay. I was
Mhm.
almost 16 at this point. I was still 15. I was almost 16. So I was right around the age of this young lady, right?
Yeah.
She was last seen at a payphone around 3 p.m. while on her way home from her middle school
Yeah.
at West 105th Street and Lorraine Avenue. So it's right around Lorraine Avenue that these ladies went missing.
Yeah.
At the time, she was friends with Ariel's daughter, Arlene. Shortly before Gina disappeared, she and Arlene had called Arlene's mother, Gramilda Figueroa, for permission to have a sleepover at Gina's house. But Gramilda replied that they could not, and the two girls parted ways. Arlene was Arlene was the last person to see Gina before her disappearance.
Hmm.
Jesus, eh? She's friends with fucking Ariel's daughter.
Yeah. That's so fucked up.
Gina was under the impression that Ariel was picking her up to drop her off at home, and she trusted Ariel because she was friends with his teenage daughter. No one witnessed her abduction, and an Amber Alert was not issued, which angered her father, he said in 2006. The Amber Alert should have worked for any missing child, whether it's an abduction or a runaway. A child needs to be found. We need to change this law. Straight
Yep.
up. What the fuck? Hell yeah. A kid goes missing, you fucking put out an Amber Alert. We get Amber Alerts at 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
And to
Well,
be honest with you,
the majority of the Amber Alerts that we've gotten as of the last couple, at least, were of like it kind of being like a custody dispute between parents,
do
and
you
like,
not remember that little girl in Brampton?
uh,
Her fucking father
yeah, yeah,
took her. The Amber Alert went out at 3 in the morning. Everybody was on the look for this little girl, and he killed her.
yeah,
Okay. We had one here in Milton. Okay. Amber Alert went out. Everybody was looking for her. She was found. Her father fucking killed her and killed himself off our escarpment right
that's
here.
right.
He
Yeah,
threw her off the fucking cliff and then jumped himself. If you see the escarpment here in my town, okay, it is fucking huge.
yeah,
Okay? That is one hell of a fucking cliff.
yeah. It is.
Okay? So that's scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, so I agree. The fucking laws.
If there were Amber Alerts back in the day in the late '80s, I would have been on an Amber Alert
Why?
because Dad kidnapped me through a
Oh,
window.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was kidnapped.
You were not kidnapped. Apparently, in those times, Dad had no ill intentions, but you're right, Dad did kidnap you.
Yes.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even
Yeah.
born yet, so good thing they made up.
Yeah, I'd say so, eh?
I
Yeah.
wasn't
I
even
think
born
Mom
yet.
changed all the locks in the house. They were fighting about something. and mom had me in a car seat or something on the table right beside the kitchen window.
Yeah.
And dad couldn't get in the house, so he went around the house, saw the window open, looked through the window and saw me,
Mhm.
grabbed me through the window and drove me out to Sudbury.
Yeah.
He said he cried the whole way there.
Yeah.
And I think you were born at that point.
No, if you were in a
Yes, you
car Sarah, if you were in a car seat, I wasn't born yet. You were a
mm,
toddler when I was born, sweetheart.
we're 16 months apart, my dear.
Yep, that's over a year. You
I
were
know.
4
Thank
months when I
you.
was born.
Thank you, Tips. But I
You
still
were
could have been in a fucking car seat.
well,
Evan was
you
in a
were
car seat until he was like 3. What are you talking about?
like one of those car seats, you dingbat. You were in a fucking, like, car seat, like an infant car seat. Call dad. That's it.
Listen here, you fucking fetus.
Listen here, you little fucking bitch. Hold on. Wait for it.
Okay, call him. Call him right now on the podcast.
You better answer. Oh, I'll call his cell phone. Don't think I won't. Son of a bitch. I was just talking to him, too. Come on, Dad. God damn it. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Let's try this again.
I'm trying Jenny. Hold on. She's active now. If not, I'll call his cell phone. I don't give a damn. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Oh my God. Parents, now's not a good time to not answer your phone. Fuck, I'm going to call his cell phone. All right.
All right.
Hold on. Here we go. Speaker. Come on.
Hi, Mel.
Faja.
What the hell? Hello?
Dad?
Oh.
Dad? Oh my God. He's trying to call me on the fucking messenger. No. But it went to my iPad. Hold on. Let's try this. Oh, here he is. Dad!
Yeah.
Me and Sarah are recording the podcast right now. We need to confirm something.
Okay.
Do you remember when you kidnapped Sarah when she was little?
Yeah.
Okay. How old was she?
I think about 1.
Well, I wasn't born yet.
No.
I fucking told you, you dirty son.
God damn it.
She was
I
wrong.
wouldn't have left you behind.
Yeah, I was going to say. See?
I thought he did.
I was like,
Not exactly kidnapper.
no, we know. That I just said that. I said he wasn't kidnapping you, but
No.
you took her.
Me and your mom were not getting along, and I took her without your mom's permission.
Through a window.
But the police, when she called the police on me and everything, and the police came to the door, and I showed them Sarah, and I said, she's with me. She's perfectly safe. I'm not stealing her away. That's my daughter. And they said, you haven't done any. We just wanted to make sure that she's okay. And
Yeah.
I said, here she is right here. And she's perfectly fine. We're at my parents' house.
Yeah. See? So I wasn't born
Your
yet.
mother just tried to make it way more than what it was. That's all.
Yeah.
Because we were saying that an Amber Alert wasn't called for this girl. And she was like, well, back in the day, there would have been an Amber Alert for when Dad took me. And I was like, what? And I fucking totally forgot that
Yeah.
happened. But okay.
Your mom probably would have tried to get it that way, but
Probably.
it wasn't that.
All
Yeah.
right. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
Oh, good. We love you. Have a good podcast.
Okay.
Oh, Jenny found her charger.
All right. Perfect.
Love you guys.
I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, so I wasn't even born yet. I fucking told you. Dad's like, I wouldn't leave you behind.
You always say that fucking, I'm the favorite child.
I knew it.
This
I was
is-
hoping. I was praying for a second there. I was like, all that is mysterious. I am praying to you. because
Well,
then-
because I thought that you were born at that point, but
Yeah.
he just saw me, so he just grabbed me and went.
Because if that would have happened, we would have had it on fucking camera and on recording that you are the favorite. Sarah's
More
dad's
proof.
favorite. Proof, motherfucker. Proof.
Left Mel behind. Oh
It's
man.
like, I wouldn't have left you behind. I'm like, thank you. I'm still in the good graces of
All
God.
right. There's love. Still love there.
Yeah. I think he loves me more than he did back. No, I'm just kidding. That's
Oh
not.
my god.
That was only if he did leave me behind and just took you.
Yeah.
See, I would have been like, okay, he's redeemed himself since.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you
So
go.
a year after Gina's disappearance, the FBI released a composite sketch and description of a male suspect, described as Latino, 25 to 35 years of age, 5 foot 10 inches tall, about 160 to 180 pounds, with green eyes, a goatee, and possibly a pencil-thin beard. Ugh.
Pencil thin, gross. Okay.
Yeah. According to court records, Ariel was 5 foot 7 inches, 179 pounds, with brown eyes and a goatee. They got that off.
I was gonna say, like, wow, what?
That was off.
Okay.
So Gina was featured in the America's Most Wanted segment, which linked her to Amanda.
Yeah.
The disappearance received regular media attention into 2012. While the families held public vigils, Ariel attended at least 2 of these vigils.
Wow.
Reportedly participated in several search parties and tried to get close to the De Jesus family. Ariel's son Anthony was a journalism student in 2004, and he interviewed Gina's mother for an article about the disappearances in the Plain Press newspaper. That's fucked up.
That is so fucked up. You know what
Police
that made me think of? Like, like when like crackheads or like druggies, usually they tend to steal money or drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
And when they get questioned about it, they'll be like, "No, I'll help you look for it,"
Yeah.
knowing full well that they
That
fucking
they
stole
did it.
it. There was also a case. It also made me think of this. There was a case of some sort of trip, and this woman they said was missing.
Yeah.
Okay, and um, the woman was amongst the group
Yeah.
looking for herself, not knowing that
Yeah,
she
I
was
saw
looking for
that.
herself.
I saw
Isn't that
that.
fucked up?
That is fucked up.
So
That's very fucked up. So the police kept the investigation open and offered a $25,000 reward for information
Jesus.
in Gina De Jesus. According to Ariel's uncle, his family knew the De Jesus family, and had lived in the same neighborhood. Ariel falsely claimed that he was not aware that Gina was a member of that family when he abducted her.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He was just living on the edge, eh? He's just like, yo, he knows everything that's going on. And he's playing it all stupid right in front of them just to see. Because he has an inside scoop the whole time.
Of course, he's going to the fucking vigils and shit.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
Ugh. That's why. That's why. If anybody ever fucking goes missing, you watch the crowd.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
fucking watch the crowd, because the people that not usually, sometimes they're the ones who are are in the crowd.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is the next part. I'm going to give a little bit of a warning. There's talk of miscarriage and
No.
abuse and beatings and very brutal rapes. And
Oh, fuck.
okay, so I know that people listening to this podcast, they understand there's not a sensitivity thing. We're going to
Yeah.
talk really fucked up shit.
Trigger warning.
I am going to give a little bit. I hate the word trigger warning, but
Amen.
I'm going to give a little bit of a warning just because it is a little brutal. Okay. So upon being kidnapped, Ariel took Michelle Knight to the upper floor of his house, tied her hands and feet together, and pulled her up using her hands and feet and neck. Okay? Think about that. Get a little picture in your mind how that must have been.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He left her there for 3 days without food.
Oh my God.
3 fucking days. Okay? Prosecutors at Ariel's sentencing wrote that that the diaries kept by his victims speak of brutal rape, being locked in a dark room, anticipating the next session of abuse, dreams of someday escaping and be reunited with family. Ugh. Being chained to a wall, being held like a prisoner of war, missing the lives they once enjoyed, emotional abuse, Ariel's threats to kill them, being treated like an animal, continued abuse, and desired freedom. The women
That's a
are,
lot to unpack.
yeah, and they went through this for 10 years. Think about being a young girl, Sarah, in our teenage years.
No.
Imagine having to go through that
No.
for 10 into your 20s.
Not only that, but then the families.
Yeah, the
Families
families, but
too,
I
afterwards
understand that the
finding out.
families are I understand that the families are suffering, but they're going through this shit.
Yeah. It's just, oh
You know
my
what I
God.
mean? Like, even just never mind the families for a minute. Think about what they had to go through for 10 fucking years at the hands of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the families had to deal with shit, but they fucking
They
went
lived
through.
it. Yeah. They
They were
lived it.
they were fed 1 meal a day and allowed to shower twice a week at most.
Ugh.
And they're being raped and assaulted and beat.
Completely abused. Yeah.
Michelle told police that Ariel had impregnated her at least 5 times and had
Oh.
induced miscarriages each time through beatings, hitting her with dumbbells, punching her, and slamming her against the wall. He also starved her. Michelle's
Jesus.
grandmother told reports that she required facial reconstructive surgery due to the beatings that she endured. She had hearing loss in one ear at one point. Michelle had a pet dog while in captivity. All right, warning. But Ariel killed it by breaking its neck after it bit him while trying to protect Michelle.
Oh.
Gina told law enforcement that she was raped, but not believed that she was ever impregnated.
Hmm.
On Christmas Day of 2006, Ariel allegedly ordered Michelle to assist in the birth of Amanda's child, which took place in a small inflatable swimming pool, and threatened to kill her if the baby did not survive. At
Ooh.
one point, the baby stopped breathing, but Michelle was able to resuscitate her. Ariel occasionally took Michelle's daughter out of the house, including to visit his mother, which called him daddy. Oh, sorry. She called him daddy. And Ariel's grandmother, in 2013, she showed one of his adult daughters a picture of the child and said that she was his girlfriend's daughter from a previous relationship. She had told others that she was his granddaughter. Oh, sorry. He told others, He told others that that was his granddaughter. Amanda taught her daughter how to read and write while she was captive.
Wow.
So
Jesus
he was
Christ.
taking that kid out of the fucking house.
I wonder, like, with his adult children, like, there's gotta be some sort of signs. Like, if it were me, I think that Evan's very, like, observant too. And me and Evan are very close. But I think that, like, if all of a sudden there was a kid calling me, you know, mom or
Yeah.
whatever,
Be like, "Who's this
and
kid?"
I was going around saying this is my grandkid or calling me mom or whatever, I think people would, like, start to question that. Like, did the kids never fucking, like, question any of this? Did
I
they
guess.
not, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Mhm. This is why it went on for so fucking long.
Oh,
According to a statement from CDP, officers visited Ariel's home only once following the kidnapping to discuss an unrelated incident.
yeah.
Ariel did not appear to be home at the time and was later interviewed somewhere else. Neighbors have said that they called the police about suspicious activity observed at the home, but police claimed that they have no record of such calls.
Jesus.
Ariel, this is what you get paid to do. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing?
They're
Like,
slacking.
oh, that's all fucking police departments.
Yeah.
The public servants, fuck them. Cops are the worst,
Yeah.
dude. They are the fucking worst.
I mean, you do get some detectives or police officers that really do give a fuck, but it's so like
It's so far and in between, though.
it.
It's far apart that it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not
Disgusting.
like it's just I
She could have
understand.
been rescued so
Yeah,
much sooner.
yeah, all three of them. All
Yeah.
three of them could have been fucking rescued.
Yeah.
But cops, they just don't. I don't know. They don't. I don't know. Well, anyways, Ariel's son Anthony reported that there were certain areas of the house that were locked and inaccessible.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like, is that not weird? Is that not like if we went to dad's house and he's like, well, this area of the house you guys can't go to.
I'd
Why?
be like, what the fuck?
Why? Why
Yeah.
not? Like, what's
No.
in there that we can't see?
Yeah. No, 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 no. See, that's when the red flags. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, no.
Well, they be fucking flying for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
He also mentioned on occasion 3 weeks before the women's escape that Ariel asked him if Amanda would ever be found. Anthony said that he told Ariel that Amanda was likely dead, to which Ariel responded, "Really? You think so?"
Hmm.
NBC affiliate WKYC reported that Ariel recalled each of the three abductions in great detail in his interrogation and indicated that they were unplanned crimes of opportunity.
Hmm.
According to WKYC sources, Ariel did not have an exit plan and believed that he would eventually be caught. He referred to himself as cold-blooded and a sex addict. Police found a suicide note in the house, which he discussed the abduction and wrote that his money and possessions would be given to the kidnapped women if he was caught.
Huh. What the fuck?
Yeah. So that I don't know, man. Like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. Hold on one second, man. Hold on. I'm just gonna see if I can pull this up real quick because it's coming up. Okay.
Okay.
So on the morning of May the 6th, 2013, I fucking remember this day
Yeah.
Amanda was finally able to make contact with Ariel's neighbor, leading to her escape with her six-year-old daughter
Fuck.
and the rescue of Gina and Michelle by authorities. According to the police, Ariel had left the house that day, and Amanda realized that he failed to lock the big inside door.
Yes.
Yeah, bitch, get it. Although the exterior door was bolted, she did not attempt to break through the outer door because she thought that Ariel was testing her. According to a police report previously, Ariel had tested the women by leaving the house partially unlocked and exits unsecure. If they attempted to escape, he beat them. Instead, Amanda screamed for help when she saw neighbors through the screen.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember this shit.
Hold on. Hopefully there's no ad.
You need police, fire, ambulance. I'm the police. Okay, and what's going on there? I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here. I'm free now.
Oh.
Okay, stay there with those neighbors. Talk to the police when they get there. Okay. And I'm Amanda Berry. I've been on the news for the last 2 years.
Oh my god, the goosebumps I just got.
Oh my God. Okay. So neighbor Angel Cordero, sorry, responded to the screaming, but he was unable to communicate with Amanda because he spoke little English. Neighbor Charles Ramsey joined Angel at the house's front door during the rescue. They kicked a hole through the bottom of the storm door, and Amanda crawled through, carrying her daughter. Charles said that Amanda told him that she and her child had been kept inside the house against her will. Upon being freed, she went to the house of another Spanish-speaking neighbor with Charles's assistance, called 911, saying, "Help me, I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years. I'm here now and I'm free."
Oh my god, could you
Oh my
imagine?
God. Just reading that, I got a little bit choked up.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Oh my God.
No, I couldn't imagine. Like, just thinking that these poor women just went through oh my God. And now she's free. Like, imagine that feeling.
Yeah.
Imagine that feeling not seeing anybody but this fucking monster for 10 years. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, somebody is helping you get out of that house.
Jesus Christ. Those neighbors, though. Holy fuck. Could you imagine living and
No.
finding out that you've been a
Oh my
neighbor
God.
to somebody who's been, you know, keeping these women captive for 10 years?
I would not sleep, Sarah.
I
I would
couldn't.
not fucking if I found out that my neighbor across the street, who I very rarely see, and they're very weird people. Okay,
Oh,
they're very strange. I'm sorry. They're a little bit weird.
yeah.
You know what? Maybe they're just weird to me, but I just notice weird shit
I think I
about them.
know who you're talking about too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking strange. They just moved in like last summer, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they have a front porch, but
Yeah.
they all take these like foldable chairs and they sit on the sidewalk. And I'm like,
Mm.
huh?
Yeah,
They have
keep my eye on them.
They have a really nice front porch, and they're all sitting on the sidewalk, in the middle of the sidewalk, on foldable chairs, and I'm like,
Jesus.
"Fuck, that's weird." But anyways, responding police officer Anthony Espada, Michael Tracy, and Barbara Johnson entered Ariel's house. They walked through the upstairs hallways with guns drawn, announcing themselves as the DP. Um, I thought should say CPD, Police Department, Cleveland Police Department.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says CDP. Okay.
Okay.
After peeking out from a slightly open bedroom door, Michelle entered the hallway and leaped into the officer's arms, repeated saying, "You saved me." Soon afterwards, Gina entered the hallway from another room. Michelle and Gina walked out of the house, and all three women, plus the child, were taken to Metro Health Medical Center. Amanda and Gina were released from the hospital the next day, and Michelle was discharged 4 days later on May the 10th.
Wow.
Ariel was arrested in a McDonald's parking lot shortly after the victims were rescued. He was charged with 4 counts of kidnapping and 3 counts of rape on May the 8th, which carried prison sentences of 10 years to life in Ohio. 2 of Ariel's brothers, Pedro and O'Neill, were also initially taken into custody but released on May 9th after police announced that they had no involvement in the kidnappings. The charges against the 2 brothers were dropped. Ariel made his first court appearance in the Cleveland Municipal Court on May the 9th, where bail was set at $2 million per kidnapping charge. Okay, adding to a total of $8 million. Prosecutors intended to seek the death penalty against Ariel. Additional charges were reported to be pending, including aggravated murder for intentionally induction of a miscarriage, attempted murder, assault, and charges for each instance of rape, and kidnapping charge for each day the captive was held.
Good.
Look at this. And a kidnapping charge for each day.
Yep. 10 years worth.
Good, motherfucker. He's going to die in prison. Anywho, Cuyahoga County Grand Jury returned a true bill of indictment against Ariel on June the 7th. It contained 329 counts, including 2 counts of aggravated murder under different sections of Ohio Criminal Code for his role in the termination of one of the woman's pregnancies. Wow. The indictments covered only the period from August 2002 to February 2007. The county prosecutor, Timothy J. McGinty, stated that the investigation was ongoing and that any further findings would be presented to a grand jury. McGinty said that pursuing a death penalty specification would be considered following the completion of indictment proceedings. This motherfucker pleaded not guilty on June the 12th. One of his attorneys, Craig Weintraub, said that although some of the charges against Ariel was indisputable, it is our hopes that we can continue to work towards a resolution to avoid having an unnecessary trial about aggravated murder and the death penalty.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yourself. He beat a woman, Michelle Knight, till she fucking miscarried 5 times.
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
We are very sensitive to the emotional strain and impact that a trial would have on the women. Fuck you and their families in this community.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a little outburst there. Ariel was found competent to stand trial on July the 3rd. Okay, this attorney can go fuck himself.
Yeah, really though.
You
What
can go
the hell?
fuck yourself, Greg Weintraub. Weintraub. Okay, you can go fuck yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
The strain, emotional strain impact a trial would have on the women. How about the fucking beatings that he put them through, the rape that he put them through, the fucking miscarriages that he put them through?
I understand that, yes, that would probably be,
No, but
you
they
know,
deserve their day in court.
that's right. And that's what I was getting to. That they deserve, to be on that side of justice and seeing him in fucking, you know, in chains or whatever
Hell yeah.
and being able to tell their fucking story.
Chain that motherfucker up.
Yep.
On July the 12th, a Cuyahoga County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment for the remainder of the period after February 2007. It brought the total to 977 counts.
Huh.
512 counts of kidnapping, 446 counts of rape, 7 of gross sexual imposition, 6 of felony assault, 3 of child endangerment, 2 of aggravated murder, and 1 of possession of criminal tools.
2 of aggravated murder.
I know.
Huh. Okay. Possession of criminal tools? Would
Yeah.
that be like where he wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. What criminal tools?
1 possession of criminal tools.
What would that be though?
I don't know. Maybe we should Google that. What should I say? Criminal tool.
Criminal tools that
Crim-
Ariel Castro used? That he was charged for?
Fuck. Ariel Castro.
Hmm.
Oh, no. No, it's not saying. It's just bringing up his stuff. Let's go. Criminal tools and indictment. Nope, doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
Possession of criminal tools violation. Hold on one second. Let's go down the court documents a little bit. This is actually his court document. It doesn't say. One count of possession of criminal tools in violation, RC 292324 with the. It doesn't say. Forfeit of property specified. Real estate. Oh, maybe it was his house. Real estate. So here's it says real estate located at 2207 Seymour Avenue. Oh, a handgun, a Ruger handgun.
Oh, okay.
It said $22,268 in U.S. currency and a Ruger handgun, plus his real estate location. Okay. All right, whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay, on July the 12th, a Cuyahoga grand jury returned. Oh, I just read that. Sorry. Possession of criminal tools. On July 17th, Ariel pleaded not guilty to the expanded indictment. He faced death by lethal injection if convicted on all the charges.
Hmm.
Ariel pleaded guilty on July 26th to the 937 of the 977 charges against him, including charges of kidnapping, rape, and aggravated murder as part of a plea bargain, which called for the consecutive sentencing of life in prison plus 1,000 years, all without parole. Under the plea deal, I remember when this happened too. Under the plea deal, Ariel forfeited his right to appeal and could not profit in any way due to his crimes.
Hmm.
He also forfeited his assets, including his Seymour Avenue house, which prosecutors said would be demolished.
Good.
Yep. Ariel was told by Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court Judge Michael Russo, "You will not be getting out. Is that clear?" To which Ariel responded, "I do understand that, Your Honor."
Good.
Ariel made comments about his addiction to pornography, the pornographies,
The pornographies.
and sexual problems, but was cut off by Judge Russo, who said such issues could be discussed at the August 1st sentencing hearing. A law firm represented Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight released a statement that all three women were relieved by today's plea. They are all satisfied by this resolution of the case. They are looking forward to having these legal proceedings drawn to a final close in the near future.
Yep.
At the sentencing hearing on August the 1st, Ariel was sentenced to consecutive life terms plus 1,000 years, all without any possibility of parole. He was also fined $100,000. The court forfeited all of his property and assets to the Cuyahoga County government before his sentencing. Ariel just addressed the court for nearly 20 minutes, in which he said he was a good person and not a monster.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get fucked, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Consecutive life terms plus 1,000 years, and you're not a fucking bad person. You're not.
Yeah. They
You're
don't just
fucking
hand out They don't just hand out sentences like that to anybody.
Yeah, you're a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a fucking monster. But that he was addicted to sex and the pornographies, and had practiced the art of masturbation from a young age. Mm-hmm.
The fuck out of here.
Everybody does that.
What the fuck?
Everybody.
The art of masturbation. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Why is it art? Because you can make yourself fucking sploosh? That's not an art.
Sploosh.
It's just, that's fucking what humans do.
Yeah, a lot of teenagers do that. I'm pretty sure my 13-year-old son practices that art on a
he
regular basis.
does, and I know my fucking son does. That's why I don't touch anything in his bedroom. Okay. I don't do his laundry.
But that doesn't make them fucking
Everybody does it. Anybody
Yeah.
who says that they don't masturbate is a liar.
Completely
Okay?
lying.
Fuck that. You're a human. Humans do that. It is
Yep.
what it is. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah. But you know what though? It doesn't make anybody that fucking masturbates a fucking sexual predator. Like,
no.
he's trying to make it seem like, he's trying to
Because
still make it seem like he has some innocence to him because he has a sex addict or whatever.
a lot of people have sex addictions. It does not mean that they kidnap 3 young women,
Beat them and rape them and fucking
do
torture
shit
them.
like,
Yeah.
get laid.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, okay, or beat off. Who fucking, like, you don't have
Practice
to
your art of masturbating, you fucking
Yes. You don't have to hurt other human beings because you're addicted to sex.
Yeah,
That's
he's
fucked
not the
up.
only one with that addiction.
Hell
So
no. Hell
Yeah.
no. Sorry, Dad. But, me and Mikey, we have a lot of sex. That's what
Yeah.
a marriage is. And you know what? That's what happens. And it does not mean, like, I don't know.
It doesn't mean that you're a sexual monster or
He's a sexual
anything.
sadist is what he is.
Yeah.
Okay? He's not just a sex addict. He's a sexual sadist.
Yeah.
Okay? So, anywho, he claimed that he had never beaten or tortured the women, insisted that most of the sex he had with them was consensual.
Right, when he's holding them against their will. Yes.
He shifted between apologizing and blaming the FBI for failing to catch him,
The fuck?
as well as blaming his victims themselves for getting in a car with a stranger.
Oh my god.
Oh my, I can't. Along with insisting to the court that he had sex with them, he discovered that they were not virgins.
So?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they wanted it from you, my dude.
Yeah. He would alternately take shifts back. Okay. shifts back into apologetic comments saying, I hope they can find it in their hearts to forgive me because we had a lot of harmony going on in that home.
Get fucked.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You had bitch, you chained these women to the wall. You starved them. You beat them. You raped them. You fucking caused miscarriages of these women. And there was harmony in that home? What
Fed
the
them
fuck
one
is
meal a
wrong with
day.
you?
Like, yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck is wrong with you?
Real harmonious.
Could you imagine being in that courtroom? How do you stay
The
silent?
amount of people that probably wanted to lunge at him and kill him.
Oh
I
my,
know I would.
I
I would
just
want to.
I don't even understand. I'm like, what is going on?
He's clearly sick though, right? Like he has to justify
It's not
some
sick.
of this in his mind.
He's psychologically fucking mental.
Yeah. Well, they deemed him um, psychologically like okay enough to stand trial. So, like
And he was a
he's
deviant
just
though.
yeah, he's got something wrong with him, right? And I guess in his mind, and I'm not trying to defend him in any way cuz all of that is wrong. But I guess in his mind, he's probably thinking like he has to make it right in his mind some sort of way,
Ugh.
right? And for him to say anything like that obviously brings hurt and anger to everybody listening or knowing about the case or family or even them. But in his mind, he's got to have some sort of excuse or think that it's okay in some sort of way,
You
which is
know,
disgusting.
if you look at Michelle Knight, she's like 4'11".
Well, she's a short girl.
She's a little girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Now imagine, like, for all the girls, all the young women that were involved in this.
Yeah.
But think about him like beating on Michelle Knight, and
Yeah.
she's like a child.
Yeah.
She's not like a child in her age or anything.
But in her
She's a little person. Like
in her
she's very,
stature, yeah.
yeah. And he's beating the shit out of her. Like all of the
Yeah.
girls, okay?
Clearly he's got something wrong
Like he
in
did
his
some
mind.
fuck shit with all the other girls. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have such a fucking soft spot for her.
Yeah.
But I think of that and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like it's like he was beating on a child.
Yeah.
Well, and Gina DeJesus, she was a child. She was only 14.
Yeah.
Like it's just fuck, man. Like that's why I was like I have to do this case. I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sentencing judge also heard from Michelle Knight and family members of Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus. Michelle told our Ariel, you took 11 years of my life away. I spent 11 years in hell, and now your hell is just beginning. I will overcome all that has happened, but you will face hell for eternity. I will live on and you will die sorry. You will die a little every day as you think of the 11 years of atrocities that you inflicted on us. I can forgive you, but I will never forget.
Good for her.
She stood up and fucking said that to him in court.
Good for her.
Yeah, like you're a fucking G,
Yeah.
you
Good
know?
for her. That's fucking amazing.
And even the fact that she said, I can forgive you, but I will never forget.
Yeah.
Good for her. If that made her heart happy,
Yeah.
then, I'm
Well,
happy.
forgiving somebody, I don't think is for the person you're forgiving. It's for yourself, in
Yeah,
my
you gotta
opinion.
let it go a little
But
bit.
you gotta let it go. You
Ugh,
gotta move on with your life. And I think that when you forgive somebody, but you will never forget, there's no way you will ever forget
I don't
something that
know,
traumatic that has happened to you.
but that's what I mean. Some people like Michelle Knight, she's a bigger person than I am.
That's just it.
Okay,
That's
because
just it. Well, I
I
think she
couldn't
did
have.
it for her.
Yeah, but it's not even about doing it for her. I'm not gonna forgive somebody who put me through a fucking hell like that. But you know what? Good for her. I'm happy that that made her heart happy and it
Yep,
made her move on with her life. That
that's
makes me
right.
very happy.
I think
But
that's a
again,
little bit of closure for her,
right,
right?
but again, I've never been in a situation like that, so I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
But I respect her and I respect how she feels about stuff.
Yeah.
I just hope that, and I know that she's living a good life now,
Yeah.
right? And I just hope every day is just filled with the most happiness she can have.
Well, I hope so too.
So Michelle, Amanda, and Gina were released released a video statement on July the 9th, 2013, thanking the public for their support. An attorney for Amanda and Gina said that the women still have strong desires for privacy and did not wish to speak to the media about their ordeal. The Cleveland Courage Fund is a bank account set up to help the women in their transition to independent life, which had collected approximately it says 1.05 million at the time of the video's release. Before Amanda's disappearance, her grandfather had promised to give her a classic Chevrolet Monte Carlo, built the year she was born. He kept the car after her kidnapping in case she was still found alive. He still had it for her when she was released.
Wow.
It was in need of restoration and having been unused. Several automotive shops offered to perform the restoration for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So she, Amanda got her car
And a
and
Monte Carlo, yes.
had a girl. I
Oh,
love that.
yeah. Me
And
too.
like these girls, Amanda Berry, she got all her, the car restored for free. And you know what? Good people out there are going to treat these women really, really well now.
They deserve it.
They deserve it 100%.
Yeah.
Michelle discussed some of her ordeals in an interview with People magazine 1 year after her release, as well as her life leading up to the abduction. Since her rescue, she legally changed her name to Lily Rose Lee and began to get several tattoos as her way of coping with the healing process. She also revealed that her son was adopted by his foster parents while she was in captivity, and that she has wanted to see him but she does not want to bring him into the ordeal which she has had to deal with. And plan to see him after he becomes an adult. She plans to open a restaurant and dreamed of getting married, which she did in 2016, and hopes to adopt children, as her years of abuse and torture have made it unlikely for her to ever give birth again.
Oh, fuck.
She also plans to reunite with Amanda and Gina in the future, but began focusing on getting her life back on track. So Amanda and Gina received honorary diplomas from John Marshall High School in 2015. In an interview with WKYC, Gina said that she has volunteered for the Amber Alert Committee, offering comfort to families of abducted children. She remains in touch with Amanda and her family, and in February 2017, Amanda joined the staff of Fox affiliate WJW in Cleveland, where she hosts short. Oh my God. All right, I need to back up for 1 second. Where she hosts short recurring segments in which she reports missing person cases in order to help families reunite with missing family members. In April of 2019, Amanda reunited with Charles Ramsey 6 years after her rescue at an interview that was broadcasted on WJW.
Aw.
So the girls are doing well.
Good.
Okay, Gina is, she's helping with Amber Alerts.
Yep.
Amazing. But they have stayed very, very under, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to be public figures.
Yeah. They want their privacy.
They want privacy. They just, they're gonna do their thing and help with, find missing children or help families and this and that because of their ordeal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is great. And you know what? They want their privacy. I respect that.
Yeah.
You
Good
know,
for them.
I don't want to look into their lives. I don't want, I don't want to disrespect them in any sort of way. Michelle Knight, she does put a lot out there, which is lovely. And we get to see a little bit of her life every day. So
Okay.
if that's what helps her cope, I like pretty much every single one of her posts.
Oh, that's awesome. Do
Right?
we know what happened to the daughter?
No,
Okay.
they're living their life.
Okay. I
Okay.
would shelter the shit out of that kid too, though.
Well, he had 4 children.
The little one, the one that was born in captivity.
Amanda Berry's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda Berry, she has her daughter, obviously, and
Yeah.
raising her and all that. but I don't think there's a lot.
I wouldn't, I would definitely shelter that child.
Yeah,
As far
it
as
is
the
what it
public
is.
goes, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. When she gets old enough to understand what was going on, I'm sure Amanda Berry will tell her daughter, this is what it is, but it doesn't change how I feel about you.
Yeah.
You're my daughter and it doesn't matter, you
Yeah.
know. And I hope that that's the case, and I'm sure it is because Amanda Berry seems like a very, very good, wholesome person.
Yeah.
And yeah, the circumstances were fucked up of her daughter's birth, but it doesn't change the fucking fact that she loves her daughter.
Imagine growing up as that girl
Yeah,
and
no,
then finding out what had happened in the way that you were born and to who. That's a lot to unpack.
it's a lot to unpack. All right, so as a part of the plea bargain, the house that Ariel lived in and held the women captive was demolished on August the 7th, 2013. Michelle was present and handed out yellow balloons to spectators, which she said represented missing children. The balloons were released before Gina's aunt began the demolition with a swing of a crane. The house has been completely blurred out on Street View of Google Maps.
Good.
Yeah,
It's a horrible place.
horrible. Yeah, I think I actually looked it up before
I
too.
can imagine like that must have been so satisfying for them too.
Yeah,
Just to see that place of like pure torture and hell
yeah,
for over a decade of your life to be fucking, demolished.
yeah, it must have been so nice to see.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we're going to get into Ariel Castro's death. I think
Okay.
this is one of my favorite parts of the story.
Yep.
Ariel was found hanging from a bedsheet in his detention cell at the Correctional Reception Center in Ohio on the evening of September the 3rd, 2013. 1 month into his life sentence. He was 53 years old at the time of his death. Prison staff performed CPR on him before he was taken to the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center in Columbus, where he was pronounced dead shortly after. The following day, Franklin County Coroner Jan Gornak announced that the preliminary autopsy had found the cause of Ariel's death to be suicide by hanging, and he was later cremated.
Hmm.
Was he just thrown in the garbage bin after that?
I know. I was gonna say like
Yeah, garbage bin, or like Dee Dee Blanchard, flushed down the toilet.
I was gonna say something about a toilet too, but I didn't.
Yeah. On October the 10th, 2013, the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction released a report which suggested that Ariel may have died accidentally from autoerotic asphyxiation rather
Oh
than suicide.
my god.
Yuck.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Gornake rejected the possibility, standing by her ruling of suicide. How can you tell by the end of the story? I'm fucking everything up. The report also said that two prison guards had falsified logs documenting their observation. Oh my god. Hold on.
Observation.
Oh, I'm getting to the end, you can tell. It's a black screen with white writing. Jesus Christ.
You
Kill
got
me.
this.
All right. She stood by her ruling of suicide. The report also said that two prison guards had falsified logs documenting their observation of Ariel hours before he was found dead. He was not on suicide watch at the time of his death, but had been subjected to routine checks every 30 minutes due to his notoriety.
Mm.
A consultant report was released on December the 3rd and officially concluded that all available evidence pointed to a suicide, including a shrine-like arrangement of family pictures and a Bible in Ariel's cell. An increasing tone of frustration in his prison journal and the reality of spending the rest of his life in prison was subject to constant harassment.
Mm-hmm.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol also reviewed the case and reached the same conclusion.
Yeah. So I feel like these girls and their families were kind of robbed
Oh,
because
huge.
he took the fucking easy way out. It was only a month into his life sentence,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Fuck it, I'm out." Why? Because he didn't want to get tortured in
Oh,
prison.
what a little bitch.
Ugh. Ugh.
But even the whole fact that they were like, it might have been autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
Ew. Like, can you guys stop?
Like, did he have his pants down with his dick
Yuck.
in his hand? Like,
Yuck.
but if he was hanging, like, how? There's just so many questions with that because if he was hanging, then it wasn't. I don't think it was autoerotic
Mm,
asphyxiation.
no, I don't think so either. I think he killed himself because
I think so too. 'Cause he's a little bitch.
yeah, he's
Okay.
a coward because he doesn't want to be imprisoned.
No,
Oh,
he knew he was
how's it
never going
fucking
to see the
feel?
light of day again.
Well,
So
good. You know what? I'm happy that he's gone.
yeah.
I'm happy that Ohio State doesn't have to pay to fucking all the taxpayers don't have to fucking pay to have him imprisoned.
Although it would have been nice if he lasted a little bit longer, just so
Yeah.
he could have gotten like ass raped a couple times
Yeah, that would have been nice. I wish that somebody fucking held him down.
or tortured him in some sort of way,
That would
or for him to just be utterly miserable and tortured on a daily basis and then kill yourself.
some people might not like that we say that, but honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't
Yeah.
care. You know what? If somebody, any criminal who could fucking do something like that to another human being deserves what they get in prison.
You got to think about the victims here.
Yeah. And you have to think like I know that a lot of people might not have the same opinion as me, but I
Yeah.
stand by the death penalty.
Yeah.
I do. I do because if you say you're the parent of a young child who was raped and murdered,
Yeah.
and then you have this person in prison and they're going to get executed.
Yeah.
You have advocates fighting for their life.
Yeah.
Who was there to fight for my child's life?
Yeah.
Who was there to fucking fight for that kid's life?
Yeah.
And like we talked about in our last fucking episode, I don't think lethal injection is a good way to go for them. You
Yeah.
shouldn't just be put to sleep. You should have to suffer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People might not agree with me,
Yeah.
but
I
why are
agree.
they getting the humanity of being put down humanely? That's not that. I don't like that at all. You fucking brutally murder somebody, you should
Yeah.
put down like a fucking like the creature that you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is it that they fucking put down dogs, but these people, you know what I mean, still get to live and stuff and be put down humanely?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Get the electric chair back. Or even fucking like a firing squad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. People might not agree with me, but I don't care. Like, if they torture and kill somebody in that way, they should be tortured and killed the same way.
Yep. No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that these killers should get the fucking humility, and be put down humanely. I just don't think that.
Yeah. Lethal injection is probably the easiest way to go.
Yeah.
And it's just them going to sleep,
But you know
right?
what's the fucked up thing about that? And I'm going to pull back mom into this. We
Mm.
watched mom suffer hard.
Yeah.
We watched her fucking suffer. Why couldn't she just sign a piece of paper saying, give me a lethal injection so I could just go to sleep?
Well, here's the thing. I think at the time where mom was sick and we knew she was dying, they didn't have MAID legally available at
Ugh.
that time. Whereas now, like I work with the elderly and I have personally witnessed people going through with MAID
Yeah.
and it is assisted suicide.
Yeah.
And they are quite careful about it. Like there are a lot of meetings that
Psychology.
they have with psychologists and their doctors. And it's only when they know that their cancer or their illness is terminal and that they're going to suffer.
Yep.
Okay. And I've watched them go through with it and they, it's
Die.
almost like, well, it's almost like they find a little bit of comfort and happiness.
Yeah.
Like you watch them suffer.
Yeah.
And then once they sign the final document saying, "Yes, we're going through with it. We'll see you next week when you're gonna die,"
Yeah.
it's like they're happy for the last week of their life,
Well,
knowing that they're not gonna suffer anymore.
and I'm telling you right now, I've told Michael, if that ever does happen, I want that.
Yeah, and you know what? It gives them a little bit of peace knowing that, their suffering is gonna come to an end. Now, a lot of people that I work with, they don't agree with it.
Well, they don't
They
have to.
don't agree with it, and everybody is entitled to their own opinions. We
Yeah.
have certain people, where their doctors will not perform it, so they have to outreach to other places for them to go through with the maid
Yeah.
because their doctors are so against it. We
But
have
when I
nurses that won't do it either, but, it's almost like such a fucking it's kinda it makes you feel nice that they're feeling a bit at peace and happy for the last little bit of life before they're gonna go.
Mhm.
But watching them suffer, and they know that they're gonna suffer if they just go through with this illness until it kills them.
If your dog is old,
Exactly.
suffering, how is it okay that I can humanely put my dog down?
That's
A
right.
human has to suffer.
That's right. Well, and I think that would have been a very viable option, back when mom was sick.
Yeah.
Although it was illegal back then. I think they've
Yeah.
only legalized this in I'd say within a decade, less
Oh,
than that,
oh,
5 years.
100% within the last fucking, I'd say last, it's maybe 5, 6 years.
Yeah, last couple of years here that they've
Well, this
finally.
is in Canada too. Let's
Yes.
put that out there.
Yeah, so I think, if that were an option back then, especially knowing the way that mom suffered
Yeah, I
and
would.
that other people are suffering, you
But
know
the only comfort that I have with mom is that she didn't suffer long.
no, she went pretty quick.
Listen, okay, you have a problem. We have a problem, and I need to discuss this with you.
Uh-oh, what?
Stuffy scunt? I just
Looked him
don't
a
know.
little bit
I haven't been on like our recording page because I've been reading,
Yeah.
right? But I just fucking went back to our recording page and I looked down. I'm like, stuffy scunt. Is it because Walter's sick?
It's because I was feeling a little bit stuffy at the beginning of this recording, so I was like, "Well, there's Stuffy Skunt. Oh, there's my love. Hi,
Is
baby.
it Wally?
Yeah. Are you
Hi,
feeling okay?
Wally.
You feel like shit.
Oh no. Okay, well, Auntie's getting married this Saturday. You need to feel better.
He can't hear that. I got my headphones on.
Well, tell
He
him.
will. He's going outside.
He's still smoking?
I know. I
What the
know.
fuck is wrong with these? Mikey had COVID. He was still smoking. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Smokers.
So, there is one little. Are we done with the
Oh, we're done.
episode?
Oh, yeah, we're done.
Okay, so there is one little thing that I kind of wanted to maybe just make people aware. So there is an organization. It's called RAINN, RAINN, and there is a national sexual assault hotline, which is confidential and has 24/7 support. It's the largest. Sorry, RAINN is the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization, created and operates the National Sexual Assault Hotline in partnership with more than 1,000 local sexual assault service providers across the country. So, if you or someone that you know has been sexually assaulted, help is available. Um, Telephone hotline is 800-656-4673 or 1-800-656-HOPE. So, that is always available. I know that we were talking a lot about rape and torture, miscarriage, all that kind of stuff. And in such a crazy case like this, I feel the need to kind of let listeners know that there is help available.
Mhm.
And, there's a phone number there that you can get help. And there's also online chat hotlines, all that kind of stuff, right? So just know that if you were ever a part of any sort of if you are a victim of any sort of sexual assault, anything like that, uh, there is help out there. So you can always call that number, or you can either also reach out to us, and I can do my best to help.
Necromancy podcast at outlook.com.
Yeah. So,
Email us, please.
yeah. So I
Send
just
us an
kind of
email.
wanted to put that out there. I know that there is a lot of shitty things that happened to these women, but thank God that they are alive
Mm-hmm.
and that they are, living their best life with the second chance that they had. Thank God there was no deaths in this story, although they did endure some horrific things. I think that at the end of the day, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And they definitely sound like some strong women.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, other than that, I think that about concludes us. You can
I
always.
want to say something too.
What's that?
Please fucking email us. Please email. I only got like maybe 3 or 4 emails in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm
Well,
like,
it's also been a little bit crazy lately because you were on vacation and
yeah.
we weren't really
But
recording.
if you wanna reach out and say, hey, stuffy scunt. What's up, stuffy scunt? Email us, Necromancy.
I will have a
Podcast.
different fucked up name every time we record. Most of it will have skunt in it, though.
Necromancy podcast at outlook.com.
Yeah. Check us out on Spotify, Facebook,
Apple
Instagram, Apple Podcast. I am trying, I got to find a new editor. The iMovies thing, I'm not liking so much for the YouTube videos.
Download an app.
I'm going to do that. I think I found one app that's good
Get
because it
on
takes me so long to do the iMovies edits that and I have like a short attention span, dude. I'll start it. Like I have one that's mostly finished right now.
So
But
get it done.
to continue editing it, I just keep getting brought away and distracted, and I'm slacking so hard.
Slack.
But I will find another editor and one that's a little bit easier to navigate for me to do more of the YouTube videos. And I could probably make it a little bit better than just having our logo as a background. So
Get
we'll
on
see. I want to okay, if there is an app, anybody can maybe just like let me know here, but if there's an app that you can create, like if I were to just insert the audio, okay, and AI could generate the video to go with it, that would make my life.
Email us at necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Rate, review, comment. Let us know at necromancypodcast at outlook.com.
You fucking dirty bitch. Okay, well, rant over.
Anybody know anything? Email us, necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Once again, that's necromancypodcast at outlook.com.
That's funny as fuck.
Rate, review, 5 stars, please.
All right. I think that about concludes it for today.
Are you done with my rant? Necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Email us. Rate, review, Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify.
Woo!
Remember, that email again is necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Email us. We'd like to hear from you.
We would love to hear from you.
Tell us what you think at necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Rate and review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I think they have one on Amazon Music and Audible as well. Again, that email address is necromancypodcast at outlook.com.
Or on Facebook.
Or on Facebook. But I would really love an email at necromancypodcast at outlook.com.
All right. I think we got the point across, my dear.
Want it one more time?
I mean, you're probably
necromancypodcast at outlook.com. Rate, review, Spotify, Apple Music. This bitch's fucking roots are turning gray, motherfucker. I need to dye this bitch today.
Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit of a touch
I'm
up for
looking
my
in my
hair.
mirror and I'm like, holy shit, that's some blonde roots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Now remember, email us at necromancypodcast@outlook.com.
Yes, that.
Rate and review Spotify, Apple Music, 5 stars. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes it. Have a great day.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.